I'm actually in Costa Rica recording all these clips, which is why you might hear some background noise. Staying over there, seeing family, but staying over there with my grandparents. This place actually used to be a forest and just a bunch of trees. They turned it into a park, and now there's a bunch of white-ass Americans here.
So, anyways.
I started by creating a new project in IntelliJ. I changed the name to Tranches, set my build system to Gradle, set the software development kit to JDK 17, pressed create, and I was basically ready to code. Once the project finished loading and all the default dependencies were downloaded, I created the main package for my project and began to code. I downloaded my dependencies, set up LWJGL, GLFW, loaded Opengl, created an IM GUI, ran into various bugs, copied a ton of code from GitHub and previous projects, and after an hour and a half of sitting on my ass, I was finally done. At this point, all I had really done was create the Dear IM GUI system, but let me actually explain what the hell these terms actually are. So far I've mentioned LWJGL, GLFW, Opengl, and IM GUI. These are all libraries, and libraries are basically just other people's code that they are letting you use. All programmers use them, but it's basically a way for us to not have to code it ourselves. And each library specializes in its own thing. LWJGL is the first one I mentioned. It stands for Lightweight Java Game Library. The only reason why I'm using this game library is because I knew how to integrate IM GUI with LWJGL. In other words, I was too lazy to learn how to do it a different way. Okay, so what is Dear IM GUI? Well, it's a library that is used to make graphical user interfaces. What is a graphical user interface? Well, a GUI, but if you don't know what that is, it's basically just, think of any application window, like at all, right? A window, like your notes window, or your search browser window. And programs such as Unity, right, that game engine that a lot of people use, they actually use LWJGL. Plus, I really like it since it's easy to learn, and most importantly, it's very modular, which is perfect for the program I'm using. I also mentioned Opengl, which stands for Open Graphics Library, and it's a library I'm using for graphics. CSGO uses it. But other than that, don't really need to know anything else other than it's deprecated on Apple. So Apple deprecated or stopped supporting Opengl since macOS Mojave, which was a while ago, which sucks. Anyways, and then I also mentioned GLFW, and to be completely honest with you, I don't have a single ounce of a clue what the hell it is, and I would tell you what it is, but at the time of writing the scripts that I'm currently reading off of, I was on a plane, I didn't have Wi-Fi, and I don't want to Google it now. But yeah. Anyways, back to the video. As you can see, I've created the main application window with another blue window inside of it. The latter is the IM GUI window, which I can move around and manipulate outside of the main window. I can also snap the IM GUI window onto different positions on the main window through something called docking. I thought about explaining how IM GUI works and the cool method it uses to move windows around on the outside of the main one, but come on, let's be real. The given attention span of the average American degenerate is like the size of a potato, so I decided against it. This is like my 25th time trying to record this damn clip. First, some idiot on a bike was ringing her bell. Then a garbage truck ran by, I couldn't hear myself talk, and now I realize I'm sitting next to dog shit, so yeah, all's great. August 2nd at 8:31 p.m. and I've just finished coding the basic editing system. Remember, this app is supposed to help document companies and their information and help decide on portfolio stuff and investing, so information has to be easily accessible and modular. This means that code for each info block needs to be modular and easily manipulated. So behind the scenes, I've coded a system which is actually more complicated than you think, but don't worry, it's your lucky day because I won't bore you with a tour of my code. So far, I've coded the menu bar at the top of the main window with an item that says Edit Portfolio. You can use this to create an empty profile object, which will be displayed on the IM GUI portfolio window. You can also change the name of this empty profile along with its tags, which will be important later on. So don't forget it. Also, did I mention that it saves all the changes in a JSON file? I also mentioned that I wanted it to be modular. By this, I mean I wanted to be able to display multiple blocks of information simultaneously, when I want it, wherever I want it. I did this by creating a pop-out button, where you can literally pull out the info box and place it on a separate window. Now, if I have a different info block that I want to see side by side with a pop-out window, I can just put them next to each other at any orientation that I want. Tags are also going to be used to search for each info box. Thus, the user should be able to assign multiple tags to one object. I made a simple system that allows the user to type as many tags as they want. However, each tag needs to be separated by a comma. This is, of course, saved in the JSON file. Now that I'm finished with the main features of the program, I began working on the search bar. And, well, what does it do? Well, let's say I want to find information on liabilities, another word for debt obligations. I can just search liabilities, and any object with the liabilities tag will appear. Next to each info container, it also shows where it comes from. In other words, the root of the info container. Up until now, the search bar could only search for objects through individual tags, and I was too lazy to record it, but I added a feature that can search a tree of objects. This is what it looks like. If I've got two stocks, each with a liabilities container, I want it to be able to find a specific one by searching the tag of the specific stock and also the liabilities tag. This will search for an object matching the stock, and then it will see if it has any container inside of it with a liabilities tag. If it checks out, it won't filter the newly found liabilities container with the stock specified. Here you can see me searching for the liabilities of JPM, which is a ticker symbol for JP Morgan Chase Company. Oh, just some backstory. My dumbass forgot to record me making the live stock tracker object. All it did was pull stock data from Yahoo Finance and store it in an object, but for some reason that object wasn't being saved and I couldn't figure out why, and I fixed this bug shortly after that though. As the saying goes, it ain't over till the fat lady sings, and by now, I thought the fat lady was about to sing, but then I encountered a bug. Okay, what the hell? Look, I run my program, and I want to open up a live stock tracker that tracks the stock's info, so I open it, run it. Let's see, let's close the app now, right? Let's close it, let's save the thing, and when I go into the save file, look, there it is. Right here, see that? It says live stock info. It saved the damn object. But then when I run it again, watch. Give it a second. It's gonna load. See, it's right there. It's there, all right? You can see in the save file, it's still right there. But then the moment I closed it, it takes it away. What changed? What the hell changed since I opened it? Nothing changed. You can even see this boolean, it says true. What does that mean? Well, if I go into the portfolio window code, you can see right here, I said, all right, print out whether it's set to alive or not, right? And it says it's alive, so it shouldn't be destroying it. Why is it doing it? Okay, so I finally got it working. When I run it, you'll see that, I have an empty panel, create a new stock window, and then I close it, it saves it, and it keeps it, right? It doesn't delete it. I fixed it, and by just, apparently the problem was that it wasn't serializing, which means it wasn't saving it because it said it wasn't saving it. I don't know why the hell it wasn't saving it because I never specified that it shouldn't. But anyways, I just put in this quick fix and fixed it somehow with this one line of code, do serialization equals to true. I don't know why that works because I don't know why the hell it was set to false in the first place, but whatever, it works. So you know what? Back to the goddamn video. Right before I left, I did something very quickly. I wasn't able to record it, but essentially I packaged my project into a exe file, executable file for Windows. And I did this using Launch4j. As you can see here it is. And it's actually really great. I use it to package all of my stuff, all of my Java projects. And one of the great things is that you can bundle Java runtime environment with it. You can see right here, it says bundle JRE path. And that is this folder right here, this folder that says JRE right here. And in here you can see it literally has Java inside of it. And this tranches, this folder icon, you can see that it's got an icon, and if I double click it, it's an exe file, and it'll run the program no problem. If I click properties, you can see right here, it says that it's an exe file application. So yeah, I bundled it into a exe file, and I can run it, and it works perfectly. I can search stuff, but yeah, I can search stuff, and I can create stuff, and everything's stored in this saves file right here, as you can see, and it works perfectly. So now I want to actually record a clip of me using it, because, well, if I don't use it, what's the point? And I'm actually going to start using it. So you can see if I click the icon on my taskbar, which can only be done with the exe files, it opens up. You can see here is the project. Let's open up. Let's say I want to find the liabilities of 2 stocks, right? Or all of the stocks. Liabilities of JPM and, I don't know, Bank of America. So let's create Bank of America. Let's create an empty profile. And let's change the name to BAC. And then let's add that tag, right? Bank of America, because we want to be able to actually find it. And now we want to create liabilities, a liabilities folder, right? So let's say this is called liabilities, right? Save that. Give it the tag liabilities here. Okay, what is happening? Right there. And it should save it automatically. You can see now we have Bank of America with a folder that says liabilities, and JPM also has a folder called liabilities. Now I can search this, liabilities, right? And then let's say I want to compare the two, so I'll just, pop this out. Let's do right here. Right, it's right here. Sorry, I just got back from Costa Rica. Well, actually, we went to Panama in the end. It was pretty cool. So yeah. So now you can see we've got it popped out. Here is the liabilities folder in Bank of America. Let's close the window for now. And let's say we just want the liabilities for JP Morgan, so we can just type in JP Morgan to the side of it, and you can see the Bank of America folder disappeared, and now it's just the JP Morgan liabilities. And it tells me exactly where this liabilities folder is coming from. You can see on the right, it says JP Morgan is greater than liabilities. That just means liabilities is within the folder of JP Morgan. If I want to search for, a different thing, so what tag does this have? Total liabilities, right? So let's say I have total liabilities. Yep, there we go. It shows the total liabilities folder. It shows that total liabilities is within the liabilities folder that is within the JP Morgan folder. And I can edit stuff, etc. So let's close this up. And I want to show you another feature called the live stock tracker. Now, remember before I had a bug with that, and I forgot to record it. And now I'm actually going to show you what it does. So Bank of America, new stock, and I want to see some of the live stock info. So I will create a new component called stock tracker. Let's create that. Right, here it is. You can see I have this default ticker is JP Morgan right now. That's just because, it's a cool company. I like their CEO, so put that JP Morgan as the default ticker. But I'll change it to Bank of America because, we want to look at Bank of America's stuff. Right, so you can see I type in Bank of America for the ticker symbol. And now there's this list of different values that I can see that can be tracked. And to the left of it are boxes. So if I want to see all of these values, I can just, select every single one and then do open live stock info. Oh, it stopped working. So you can see if I open this up, let's rename this to Bank of America. Let's open this up. You can see that it shows Bank of America and all of its values. It says today's price quote, the pay date, of the dividend, the EPS, the earnings per share, or PE ratio, the book value per share, price to book, and then price history. I can close this pop-out, but let's just keep it open. But let's say I just want to look at price to earnings. So I'll just uncheck all these, and you can see it only shows the PE ratio. But what else is relevant to price to earnings? Well, the price history, obviously. So let's check that. And also the earnings per share and the current stock quote. And now you can see that it's only displaying those 4 values, which I've selected on the left right here. And you see it says today's price quote range, the EPS, the PE ratio, and I can open up this tab that says price history. Let's just close that pop-up, and you can actually see that it saves it, right here. Okay, so let's address what just happened right before that with that bleep. So it crashed. It crashed the application when I opened up the stock tracker, because I'm assuming, so the API I'm using to track the stock interacts with Yahoo Finance's their API, which is not in Java, and I guess there's some sort of translator going on with the API I'm using. But it has to access the internet, and I'm assuming something went wrong there. But either way, that API is broken, so I will be fixing that bug, and the fat lady is still not singing, so god damn it. But, I'm done. It's the end of summer. Like, oh god. But anyways, that's it. That's the tranches manager. Even though the stock tracker didn't work for the exe file, it does work for the general jar file when it's exported. So it's not required for an application to be in exe form. It can also be in a jar form as long as you have Java installed, which I'm fine with because I'm going to be using it only. And I'm going to give it to people, obviously, but it's not going to be a product that I'm going to sell on a store. It was just a fun project that I figured I would actually use in the end. So I will see you guys in, who knows, let's be real, I'm not going to edit another one of these videos. This took forever to make. See ya. Okay, before you go, I just wanted to mention that wasn't all that was within the application. I actually did make a lot more components than that. If you look throughout the video when I'm editing each thing, there's actually 5 different options you can select when creating components. You can add an empty profile, which you saw. You can see the stock tracker, which I showed you. But there's also 3 others: text field, raw text field, and text area. Now, I didn't show these just because they weren't that interesting. They were just text fields, but if you scrub through some of the video, you will see that there's some portions of blocks of components where you can actually write stuff in it. Where I wrote the tags, that was a text field. That wasn't it. Yeah, it was a text field, or a version of it at least. But yeah, just wanted to let you know that there was a lot more to the project that I didn't show. But yeah, it's literally the last week I have to do stuff during the summer, because I'm going to soccer camp next week, so I don't really have time to film more crap. So yeah, sorry about that, but see you guys.